let's talk about one of the big ideas mentioned at Cellosphere last month. Something that keeps coming back in almost every conversation about the future enterprise. It's composability and the composable enterprise. And I know it sounds like a fancy architecture term, but it's actually much simpler and much more important. A composable enterprise is one that can adapt to the speed the world throws changes at it, not by resisting the change, but by surviving it through adaptation. Think of traditional organizations as giant monolithic animals. They are slow, heavy, difficult to turn. A single change, a new market, new regulations, new customer expectations, and suddenly the whole creature struggles, freezes, or collapses. A composable enterprise? It's more like a swarm, made of small, often autonomous, well defined parts that can reorganize, recombine, and respond faster. That means modular technology instead of monolithic applications. It means decentralized, cross functional teams instead of giant functional silos. And it also means components and APIs instead of massive projects that nobody wants to touch. And Gartner saw this coming years ago. They mentioned organizations that adopt a composable approach will outpace others in feature delivery, in their words, by 80%. And that's massive. Why? Because when your business is built from components, whether processes, services, user experiences, or entire capabilities, you can change parts without breaking the whole. Want a new checkout flow? Swap the payments component. Need a new search experience? Replace only the search module. Or scaling a product line? Reuse existing components instead of reinventing wheels every Tuesday. In a composable enterprise, teams own clearly defined business domains and they ship independently. And by the way, Spotify is a great example here. Every team becomes both creator and consumer of components, forming an internal economy, a give and take ecosystem where value compounds instead of being recreated. Without this composability, you are not fast, you are not resilient, you are not scalable. You are just lucky if you survive. And and here's the twist. Composable isn't just technology, it's an operating model for the enterprise of the future, for your enterprise. It's software architecture, it's organizational design, and yes, it's deeply process centric because components, whether technical or human, only work when processes glue together. If processes work, everything works. Composable today, AI driven tomorrow. But before we dive into AI driven in one of the next episodes, let's make sure your enterprise knows how to take things apart and how to put them back together without breaking them. And here's the crucial part: you cannot be composable without real transparency. And that transparency only comes from process intelligence, of course. The only way to actually see how your business runs, where the friction is, which components work and which only pretend to work. And this is Processes Unleashed for today. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share, or forward it to someone who still thinks modular is just something from their IKEA manual. And above all, free the process. Because if processes work, everything works. People thrive, value is created, and this Monday sucks a little less.